I give you Mr. TA Fishing what not to do at home, eh?
TA Fishing Bushcraft. I got so wet, I'm trying to stand by the fire, and my trousers here are absolutely steaming. As are my shoes, but I am drying out very, very fast, I have to say.
What were you saying about these trousers, Dad?
These trousers, they were made by my wife from a chamois leather, because they are shocking material. They are shocking. I just pushed through the bracken using the umbrella and I got absolutely soaked. They are terrible. I think the shoes are about to go as well now.
Yeah. Dad is protecting the fire. We've had a torrential downpours, haven't we? Thunderstorms.
Terrible thunderstorm.
And so this is it. This is what we're going for, a bit of food, but Dad's just keeping the fire dry.
Yeah.
With a brolly. I just wanted to say that I will be at the Bushcraft show this year, around about the 26th of August. Going to be there all weekend with a stand, with my backpacks, all my TA official Bushcraft gear and everything like that. It's based in the Midlands in the UK, so if you're interested in coming, I'll put some details in the description below. But also, the kind guys at the show have offered you a discount code, which is TA15 to get 15% off of your tickets, be it a weekend camping ticket or a day ticket. I believe you can camp for up to 5 nights at the show, so it's really cool. Lots of amazing speakers there. Ray Mears is going to be there. There's going to be bushcraft exhibitions, there's going to be workshops, masterclasses from loads of experts across the country and international, as well as all your stalls and stands of all the latest bushcraft gear and brands that you all love. So with live music and things like that as well. And yeah, just awesome weekend. I usually go every year, so thank you to the guys at the Bushcraft show. TA15 at checkout will help you guys out if you want to come and meet me and say hi, just have a chat and just enjoy a really cool bushcraft weekend. I'm going to put the links to that and the details in the description below.
Size of some of these trees in there, I often wonder how, nothing like the giant redwoods of Canada, but look at the size of that one. That's got to be impressive, hasn't it? Especially if it falls over here.
So Dad called this the, what was it, the lunch from hell?
Yeah.
Because of the weather we had. Let me turn that up, it's a bit dull, a bit dark in there. Mainly because of the weather we had. Pretty strong thunderstorms, didn't we?
We've gone through.
This is the first time you've had this dish, isn't it?
Yep.
So it's essentially smoked pancetta, not smoked pancetta, pancetta diced up, and the fat from that, you fry it for a bit, use the fat from that, then cook some onion, and then put those to the side on a side plate, and then you add in the sweet potato this time, and that gives it a bit of sweetness and a bit of kind of, you know, it fills up the dish a bit more. And then once that's cooked for about 10 minutes, add the onion back in, add the pancetta back in, Add some spinach, diced up apple to give it some sweetness. Tree coming down there.
Hope something come out.
And then, yeah, some spinach for the greens, and then some egg. So it's a real mixture. It's like a breakfasty dish, really. What do you think?
I can imagine that at breakfast time. Well, you can eat that any time, to be honest.
I'd say breakfast is a good time.
Mixture of different tastes there.
And it's nice when you get the apple every now and then.
Yeah, I agree.
You get a little kick of sweetness.
I mean, under normal conditions, that would have been much easier to do if we hadn't got wet wood, the thunderstorms, the rain.
That's why Dad was stood over it with an umbrella.
Just, we're lucky to get away with it, really.
It was honestly torrential rain. I just held back on lighting the fire, and in hindsight, maybe I should have lit it and then kept it going. But yeah, the timing wasn't great. It was one of those where trying to film it was really tricky.
It was, yeah, but it's good. Yeah,
it's good. Came out all right in the end. So bellies are full, and the fire is going to go out. I'm going to let that go out. I'm going to try and finish. Dad's going to head back soon. I'm going to try and finish a bit of work on the old Bushcraft lean-to workshop over there, which does need some work. I've avoided this woodland quite a bit this summer just because of the bugs and the ants and everything. I did say I was going to do a coastal trip, the next video from the last one, but things changed, and hopefully we're going next week. I'm going with Dad to do a coastal one, so keep an eye out for that. Should be good. But he has brought some things with him to the woodlands, and we just thought we'd show you because they're quite interesting. So Dad, what trinkets have you brought to the woods today?
Well, we're talking about, Mike gave me some of those, what are those, military rations?
MREs, meals ready to eat.
Yeah, but he'd eaten the best ones himself. And he left me like banana and mango soup or something like that. So I thought, well, you know, and they out of date a couple were, but I know they're good to eat and they're survival because, you know, the military people use them. But you have to remember, years ago, they didn't have a supermarket and they preserved things properly. I mean, we preserve food in cans now. We just go to the supermarket and we take it off the shelf. It's preserved. Lord only knows what's in it. But years ago, they did it with natural stuff. And I just happen to have here a couple of the old. This is the equivalent of a bean can, I want to say. So it's all porcelain. It's very, very, very old. I don't want to drop it.
How old do you reckon that is?
Probably 140 years old or more.
Really?
And what they used to do was, when they had their harvest time, they would get the best of the fruit and whatever they could, vegetables, and they preserve them or pickle them. And at the top there, they would put a
lid or something.
Well, yeah, they used to use. I think they used to use gauze or something like that, and seal it with a cloth. Some of you people out there would know. And round there, they would tie tight and preserve it. So that one is a marmalade one. There's another one. And if I turn it around first, you can see the crazing on the back of the porcelain.
Cool. What's that crazing?
Well, here you go. It wasn't far out. Well, I was a long way out. 1862 at the bottom there.
Wow.
Oh, God. Don't tell the wife.
I thought you did that.
That was lucky.
I genuinely thought you did.
Yeah,
right.
No. But I mean, I just like old things. Look, it's not the value of them. Does that make sense, guys? It's not the value. It might be worth
it's the story
$2 or $1,000. I don't care. It's not coming through the system anymore. It's tin and plastic. So I just like it. There's another one here. Now, somebody out there, do they know what that is? Because that's a French one. So if somebody can read that.
Moutarde. Is that mustard? Moutarde?
I wonder if it's mustard.
Moutarde. Yeah, good shout.
So who knows what that is? But again,
vinegar.
Porcelain,
Vinagre.
I don't know. It's very, very heavy.
I'd say that's like vinegar, something. Mustard vinegar.
But again, you know, they used to preserve and store stuff. And the really old ones, you can tell because at the base, they're very worn on the base. Normally, if it's shiny and glossy, it's just what we used to call reproduction. So that's been worn.
It's been used.
Yeah, and then, of course, you get drinks. This is the equivalent of a can of, better not say the word, but it sounds like joke. Something like that.
Joke-a-lola.
I said Joke-a-lola. Doing well. This, I believe, I don't know, I think was an old ginger beer bottle. You might be able to just see the name on it.
Trademark Williams Aldershot.
Aldershot, yeah. Aldershot, I think it was a big bottling centre. Now, Aldershot is a military town. And I was told, because we used to swap as collectors these, that a lot of the guys were told to go and get rid of bottles. They didn't recycle stuff then. So they used to recycle them by going to the local Basingstoke Canal and dumping off the bridges. Now, when they dredged some of the canal, a lot of collectors used to go down there and dig these up out of the mud, different types. So that one has come out from the canal. Here, I think, is a very old beer bottle of the colour, and at the top, it would have a stopper, I think, with a wire clamp on the top of it.
Yeah,
So
that
just
looks old, that does,
interesting.
doesn't it?
And again, sunken at the bottom. Finally, another old beer bottle. I'm not quite old enough to have drunk out of these. Remember that would be, I feel, carbonated one, because it's got a sort of seal around the top, and it's a screw thread. So it would screw down, I guess, be pressurised with carbonation, and that would be men's, probably military people's. There's your beer, lads. So it just goes to show you how things were preserved years ago. My argument would be, if we can save things like this, it's not, well, it nearly was broken. It's
Are these from
worth
Mum's
$4,000,
cupboard?
Mr. Pullen. Why can't we preserve things and reuse, recycle and use glass again? We don't have to go digging the planet up for the glass.
True.
And you know, it's
Beery
patently
time.
obvious it lasts 150 years and it's still there. And I can assure you, if I knew how to preserve something in there, I could preserve it and I could seal the top and it would still keep us alive.
And what do you think Mum's going to react to now that she knows? Because I recognise those. I recognise those from your cupboards at
She's
home.
going to be looking and thinking, oh my God, it's a burglar. Well, I mean, it's just something of interest for you guys to talk
Yeah,
about.
it's different, isn't it?
Yeah. Obviously, years ago, they mostly lived on marmalade.
Oh, your trousers have just dried.
Yeah. I've got to go through all those wet brambles again.
You might be better going out the woods that way.
I think I might be, yeah.
So I'm going to wrap this episode up. I know it is a slightly shorter one, something a bit different, but also something that you're all familiar with, having a chat with Dad around a campfire. It's just nice to do these types of videos every now and then, because it's something that me and Dad have done for years, but also it's just nice because a big part of TA Outdoors was me and Dad out here in the woods building things like this and that, and yeah, obviously the pallet cabin as well, which we're going to feature of more in upcoming episodes. Do be sure to check out Dad's channel, TA Fishing. I'll put a link in the description below. Hopefully next week, hopefully weather permitting, I'm going to be out doing maybe a catch and cook or something like that down by the coast. Don't forget those shows I'm going to this year, the Bushcraft show and also the Great Outdoors Festival. Both two different shows, both in August, and I've got my big canoe trip coming up in the middle of August to do the Great Glen, the part of the Caledonian Canal in Scotland, with a bunch of YouTubers and friends, and we're raising money for Alzheimer's Society. So I'm going to put a link to that in the description below as well. It's going to be a really tough but fun expedition, and hopefully we can raise some awareness and support for Alzheimer's as well. So I'll put all the information in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for tuning in this week, and I will see you guys in the next one.